in on two, there's three timing sort of variances, and they're called staccato, syncopated, and son. And these are the three sort of primary timing mechanisms that in on two we actually play with. So let me explain. So let's say if I start with staccato, okay? Staccato. Hopefully you can see that. Staccato. All right, so let's say here if I now just write the 1 to 8 count that you typically hear in salsa. Okay, so I just got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. I didn't make it any further than that. There we go. Okay. All right, so hopefully you can see that. So in salsa, we count in 8s, but music is actually counted in 4s. But the reason why we count in 8 is because it makes more sense to be able to draw attention to one side of the basic as opposed to the other. So we have like a 1, 2, 3, 4 side of the basic, and then we have a 5, 6, 7, 8 side of the basic, right? So if we only count in 4s and I say, hey, on 1, you need to step with your left, and you'll be like, which one? Is it this one, or is it the other side one? Is it the left one or the right one? Whereas because we count in 8s, I'll say on 5, and you know, oh, that means this leg. On 1, oh, that means this leg. Does it make sense? Okay. So 1 to 8, staccato. All right, so what I'm going to do now is, using a different color, is I'm just going to sort of like circle the beats that you actually transfer your weight on, right? That you step on. Okay, so you can see that there's like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is staccato. Now staccato actually refers to like a rhythm that is short and sharp with no sort of deviations, and it's very straight. Okay, staccato. This is typically how you step in on one salsa, but it's also how you step in on 2 New York style salsa as well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about syncopated. Okay, so now I'm going to type here. I'm going to write syncopated. Okay. So let's do the same thing now. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not really aligning the numbers perfectly. I'm trying to look up, but hopefully you get the gist. That 4 is terribly placed. Doesn't matter. All right. So now what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to circle where it is that you actually step in this style of on 2. Okay, so syncopated is now not a staccato rhythm. There is syncopation, which means there is a difference in the spacing between certain counts, right? So when we step and dance in syncopated timing, we actually step and 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. So the and implies it's in between the 8 and the 1. So and 1, right? Same thing here. And 5 implies it's in between the 4 and the 5. So you've got this kind of like half count and half count, okay? So this syncopated style of stepping and dancing and counting is actually most common in partner work, okay? So when you dance partner work, this and count and the way it sort of like distributes the spacing between the steps allows for a more fluid feeling, which encourages travel. Most of the time in classes, when you hear staccato, you're not going to hear the instructor say, and 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. Instead, you're actually going to hear them say, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, if you just pay a little attention to the way that I was saying that, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. What you'll notice is that on the 1 and 5, there is a slight elongation in the word. So 1, 2, 3. See that? And then 5, 6, 7. You'll notice that the 5 is kind of a little longer and the 6, 7 is kind of a little shorter and closer together. Whenever you hear someone count like that, with that sort of like syncopation, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, that 1 is not actually 1. It's and 1. And that 5 is not actually 5. It's and 5. Now this is important that you understand this because it helps you to develop awareness. So you're not sort of, the blindfold, so to speak, the veil is lifted, okay? So if I compare these two timing structures, okay, maybe you'll be able to hear the difference. So up here, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, right? Down here. And 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3. So clearly you can hear there's an and 1, and that sounds different to the one at the top. Now, if I just use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 for both, okay, which is what I'm explaining that a lot of instructors, when they count staccato, they do. The difference sounds like this. Staccato. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Syncopated. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So you've got this 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, or 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Can you hear the difference? Okay, hopefully you can. Another way that I describe it is a staccato rhythm, like if you could imagine a clock, the way a clock ticks, tick, 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 tick. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, right? Okay, that's staccato. Now, syncopated, if you had a clock that ticked in a syncopated rhythm, it would sound like this. Tick, 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 tick. Now, I don't know about you, but if I had a clock or a watch that ticked like that, tick, 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 I'd take it back. Okay? So hopefully now that kind of hits home the difference, but don't be fooled. When you hear 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, that is a syncopated rhythm. It's not really 1, it's and 1. It's not really 5, it's and 5. All right, let me move on now to the last one, okay? Sorry, I keep knocking over my coffee. Anyways, okay. Son. All right, now. Son. Okay. Same thing now. One more time. You see me? All right, one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God, terrible. I'm losing the alignment. All right, the numbers got a little squashed here. Next time, remind me to get lines on my paper. All right. Okay, now son timing. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And I'll go here, 2, 3, and then there's a 4 further out here. All right. Now, if you look at son timing, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now that is also a staccato rhythm. 2, 3, 4, no deviation, is the same as 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. See that? 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. You see that? All right, so son has the same kind of like stepping structure, you could say, and the spacing between the counts as staccato, or you could say on 1 as well. The difference is the beats have shifted. So instead of you starting on 1 and stepping 1, 2, 3, you're actually starting on 2 and stepping 2, 3, 4. So the 3 beats, 1, 2, 3, have shifted a beat, and it's now 2, 3, 4. Does it make sense? Same thing here. Instead of 5, 6, 7, they've shifted 6, 7, 8. This is just general good knowledge and awareness building for you, so you understand a little bit about, what you're doing, what you're dancing to, and through the understanding, it helps you to develop more appreciation, and you actually begin to enjoy it more because you embrace it more fully and more consciously. You become more purposeful as you dance. All right. So we got staccato, we got syncopated, and son timing down here. So once more, staccato. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Syncopated. And 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. Great. Son. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Cool. All these 3 are different variations of on 2. Okay? Now, you ready for the little bit of gold dust? I mean, this is gold dust everywhere here. Pineda Method gold dust. Tastes extra good. Anyways, all right. So what I want to show you now is something pretty cool here. All right, I'm gonna just find it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is this now. I'm gonna go like this and like this. All right, I kind of wrecked it up there. Doesn't matter. All right, I'm gonna show you something now. Okay, let me do this now here, down here. So, and here. Oh my God, that looks terrible. All right, so what I'm showing you here, if this was longer, then this would repeat itself, okay? Now, this here, these 2 slanted kinds of lines, okay, what they represent is the moving beat. Okay, now let me explain. The moving beat is the one step, the one beat, the one transition of weight that differentiates all three. Okay? So what I mean by that is in each of these three, okay, the 6-7, 6-7, 6-7 is constant. The 2-3, 2-3, 2-3 is constant. Okay? Now, this beat here, this one that I've circled, okay? This is where the moving beat is and where the magic happens. Okay, this right here. This beat moves. In son, it's 8. In staccato, it's 8 and, so it's moved half a beat. And then sorry, did I just say staccato? I meant syncopated. Let me repeat myself again. In son, it's 8. In syncopated, it's 8 and, so half a beat. And then in staccato, it's 1. It's moved one whole beat from son to staccato. So 8, 8 and 1. Same thing here now. 4 in son, that same step beat or like weight transfer becomes 4 and in syncopated, and then that same beat gets delayed another half beat and becomes 5 in staccato. I don't know about you, but this is mind-blowing, like, okay? Because this really just narrows it down to the only difference between like all three is this one moving beat, okay? But, and this leads me back to like the beginning now. Why? What's the point of all this? The point is feeling, okay? Human beings are not thinking creatures that feel. We are feeling creatures that think. Remember that. Human beings are feeling first, think second. That explains a lot of mistakes I've done in my life. But anyways, I'm getting there, I'm learning. All right, so we all dance because it feels good. We all started dancing because we wanted to feel a certain way, okay? So feelings are a driving force in humanity. And that's no different on the dance floor. Each one of these three bring with it a different groove and a different feeling, okay? And that simple shift of half a count and then another half count does wonders in your dancing in terms of your expression and creativity in your interpretation of what you're hearing. So that's literally it. All three can be interchanged in one song. In fact, you can use in one basic half staccato, half syncopated, half son. You can be dancing with someone and you can be using a son timing and then they can be interpreting the music in a syncopated timing. Nothing wrong with that. And you will each be having a different sort of feel through the bass. But today, I'm going to be touching on the battle between quicks and slows. Okay, that sounds funny. I'm going to explain. So, a lot of people, when they teach salsa, they use numbers, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 is one example. When you use numbers, it makes sense, and you're really targeting more of those kind of analytical thinkers and analytical learners, those people who kind of learn and think in a more structured kind of grid-like way, right? But often when we teach, we use quicks and slows as well. So instead of 1, 2, 3, it would be quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. And that is a great little tool because it sort of allows you to, target more of those kinesthetic learners, right? The learners who are more feelers and slightly more in touch with their body as opposed to analyzing what they're learning. So when it comes to quicks and slows, there's some debates particularly about the syncopated style of counting, which is the and 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. In terms of is it quick, quick, slow, or is it slow, quick, quick, or what is it? And it all boils down to this sort of common thread, this common feeling that people have when they dance on two, which is, and you might have heard this before, I feel like on two kind of gives me more time. I feel like I have more time through the basic. It feels kind of a bit more smooth and smoother. So I don't know if you've heard that before, but a lot of on-two dancers will actually refer to on-two in that way. And there is a reason why. There is a reason why on-two feels smooth. And I would go as far as saying smoother than on one. And again, this is not about better, okay? It's not about better, worse. I'm not wanting to start a war between on one and on two. I respect and dance all styles of salsa. Cali style, Cuban style, linear, you name it, okay? They each have their place, their rightful place on the dance floor. And ultimately, it's up to everyone's personal discretion what they prefer, what their preferences are. And you can argue till your face goes blue, that you're right, they're wrong, but ultimately, salsa is about a feeling. But I would like to pass on some of my knowledge, being a musician and percussionist as well as a dancer. I can sort of cross the bridge between the two and hopefully for you help to dispel some of the sort of myths around on two and the timing, and just help you to gain some clarity to make some sort of more conscious decisions about your opinions and why it is you have the opinions that you have, as opposed to just monkey say, monkey do, right? So I'm here to explain. And are you ready for, look at that, the next, where do I put this? Like that? Ta-da! The next whiteboard. I really do need a whiteboard and not these flimsy papers that I hope stay upright, stay stuck on. Okay. Anyways, so guys, I'm going to do this again for you. All right. This is going to be mind blowing. All right. Again, staccato. And I'm going to do over here again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now let's just go straight into syncopated. Okay, now if you have no idea what it is I'm doing, like what is staccato, what is syncopated, I highly refer or recommend for you to refer back to the On2 video. Just look through all my videos, they're all amazing. Just giving you value here, guys. Value. Nothing but value. How cool is that? I wish somebody gave me this when I was starting off. I had to figure all this stuff out on my own. Yep. On my own. All right. Okay, again, I'm doing my best to space them out evenly. They're not very evenly spaced. Is that 3? Oh, you're missing the 3. There we go. All right. And then, son, okay? All right, once more. 1, 2, 3. I'm doing a bit of a squat here. You can't really see it, I think. Oh my God, this is terrible. Yeah, I'm kind of working my legs out. Oh yeah, you could see it in the mirror. That'll probably look really funny. Actually, now I'm a bit conscious. Tighten the back. Anyways, looks like I went to the toilet. That's the fashion, guys. The fashion, Nike. Anyways, focus, Oliver. Back on point. All right. So staccato, this is 1 to 8, and then another 3, okay, which is just how we count salsa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, and it keeps going 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Syncopated, son. All right. So again, I'm going to now draw and signify the placement of your steps according to the counts. Okay, so staccato, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, these are your feet, right? The little red marks. Okay, syncopated. And 1, 2, 3. And 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3. All right, so syncopated. And 1, 2, 3. And 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3. And 5, 6, 7. So you've got the and count, which is in between the 8 and the 1. And in between the 4 and the 5, okay? That's syncopated. And then you've got son, which is 2, 3, 4. There I go with the squat again. 6, 7, 8. Make sure you focus on the paper and not my squat, guys. I see you. All right, anyways. Focus. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, so staccato and son have the exact same sort of stepping structure, with the difference that son is shifted over one beat. So staccato is 1, 2, 3. Son is 2, 3, 4. Can you see that? Staccato is 5, 6, 7. Son is 6, 7, 8. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Syncopated is the most different, which has the and count, which is why it's a syncopated rhythm. So that's the and 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. Okay, and this is the style of stepping which is most commonly used in partner work. And when you hear on 2 and you hear 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1 with a long 1, 2, 3, and then 5 with a long 5, 6, 7. That 1 and 5 is not actually 1 and 5. It's and 1 and 5. Okay, and that's what gives it that timing variance, that length between one step and the other. All right, so this is where I'm going to start sprinkling the gold dust, okay? I need some music. Anyways, when these videos gain traction, the production value is gonna go up, okay? Like, I'm gonna have things coming up on the screen, like little images and stuff, and captions and background music and all that, but right now I'm a bit poor, I'm broke. But anyways, all right, just pure value right now. Okay, so what we're gonna do is this. What I'm gonna do, if you can see in blue, is I'm gonna highlight here, and I hope this text lasts, the spacing in between each step. I'm quite proud of myself, actually. That's pretty straight. Okay, so the spacing now, okay? Hopefully you can see. Now this is a small line, and a long line. So these are the gaps in between your steps. So this is like short, short, long, short, short, long. Okay? In other words, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Okay, that is staccato, which is how you dance on 1. When you dance on 1, it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. But that's also how you dance New York style on 2. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Okay, now I'm going to skip syncopated for a second. I'm going to go down to son, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing now, okay? So I'm doing line through the gaps, okay? So this is representing the space of time in between your steps. Okay? All right, so again, starting from the 2, because son is 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Short, short, long, short, short, long. In other words, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. But instead of it being 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, it's 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. But it still has that quick, quick, slow feel. Does that make sense? Remember that the quicks and the slows, the space in between the beats, are where the groove, the flavor is, okay? It's where the feeling lives, okay? Think of it like the dots are your brain, and the lines, the space in between the blue is like your heart. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. I'm gonna try to coin that somehow. Anyways, now for the gold dust, syncopated. This is where it gets really interesting now, okay? Hopefully you can see me. I'm not. Oh, there we go. All right, watch this now. Okay, this space, this. Watch this. Oh my goodness. I'm literally frothing from excitement. Do you froth over excitement? Froth over food, don't you? Anyways, this is really yummy and juicy for me, okay? So, what I want you to notice is there is a long and then a short, and now watch this, a long followed by a long and a short, and again a long followed by, what do you think? A long and then a short. In other words, slow, quick, slow, slow, quick, slow, slow, quick, slow, slow, quick, slow, slow. What? I'm just going to pause there just for a moment. Just take that in. Just take it in. What just happened? Like, slow, slow, quick? It's not quick, quick, slow? Or slow, quick, quick? No, no. It's quick, slow, slow, quick, slow, slow. There's two slows. Now let me explain why. The space between 2 and 3, okay? 2 and 3. There's one small gap here, okay? Between 2 and 3. Now, what's the space between 3 and 4 and? Is it longer or is it shorter than the space between 2 and 3? Well, between 3 and 4 and, it's 1.5 beats. And then the space between 4 and 6, which is your next step, is 1.5 beats. So essentially you've got this 1 beat gap and then 1.5 beat gap. And then a 1 and then a 1.5 and a 1.5. Does that make sense? So the way that the space between your steps distribute, when you do syncopated, instead of having one long pause, which is the quick, quick, slow, you have sort of like 2 long holds. It's from 3 to 6 with a step in between the 4 and. So you've got this long gap that's distributed by 2 1.5 beat holds. So once again, up here, okay, I'll just reiterate one more time. Okay, let's say here, quick, quick, slow, okay? So between 3 and 5, how many beats are there in between 3 and 5? 1. So you're holding for 1 count. How many beats between 7 and 1? 1 count, 8. Okay, so you're holding for 1 count. 1, 2, 3, hold. 5, 6, 7, hold. 1 count. Same thing with son. 2, 3, 4. How many beats between 4 and 6? 1. That's 5. How many beats between 8 and 2? 1 beat. That's beat 1. So it's 2, 3, 4, hold. 6, 7, 8, hold. You're holding for 1 count. Syncopated. 2, 3, no hold. Okay, because it's 2 consecutive steps on 2 consecutive beats. But how much hold is there between 3 to 4 and? 1.5. How much hold is it from 4 and to 6? 1.5. Okay, and then 6, 7, no hold. Okay, now how much hold is there between 7 and 8 and? 1.5 beats. How much hold is there from 8 and to the 2, which is the following step? 1.5. You see that? So you've got these big gaps divided by a half step. And that is why, literally, and I'm just gonna see if I can maybe like highlight this here. So here, okay, and here. All right, so these two circles here, this between 3, 4, and 5, 6, and then the 7, 8, and 1, 2, that half count, and the way these two long pauses feel in your syncopated basic is why people say on2 feels like I have more time. Because you literally do have more time because of that half count. You're dispersing the space in between two 1.5 count holds. So this and this is where the magic happens. And over here, in terms of the moving beat, remember that moving beat between the 8 and the 1, and the 4 and the 4 and the 5, between son, syncopated, and staccato, is where the magic happens in terms of your playfulness, your interpretation, your exploration, your musicality. That's all here between these three. And the groove in terms of how each feel in the basic, and the fact that syncopated has this characteristic smoothness to it, is where the magic happens. So these two right here, guys, these two, this is literally my baby. Okay, I'll stop. You know, it's not my baby in the sense that this knowledge isn't out there. This knowledge, I'm not the first person to come up with it. I'm sure I'm not. I'm sure somebody else around the world is already aware of this. Maybe even drawing better graphs than me, okay? But in my experience, being a good dancer and being a good teacher are two different things. You can come across many great dancers, inspiring, with hundreds and thousands of Instagram followers. But it doesn't necessarily mean they are a great teacher, because it's a different skill set, okay? And again, when it comes to teachers, you know, there's different teaching styles, there's different learning styles. So some teachers are really good at teaching one particular student. But being a teacher, I, see it as that sort of responsibility for me to be able to cater and communicate and talk to all types of students, all types of different learning styles, whether it's more analytical or kinesthetic, more thinkers, breaking things down, or more feelers and just follow along, right? So the reason why I'm quite passionate about this, and I feel actually quite proud of myself, is because nobody showed me this. I came up with it on my own. But the fact that I'm able to pass it on to you, I see it as a privilege, because by understanding more deeply and gaining more awareness of what it is that you're actually dancing to. Like why and how and what and where in the music, where in the beat. Like the answer to all these questions can really have a profound effect on your dancing and how in control you feel on the dance floor. And I promise you that the more you start deepening your understanding and your awareness of what it is you're doing, which requires patience and slowing things down and being a little bit more meticulous, I promise you it will have a long-lasting effect on your appreciation of dance, your experience on the dance floor, and you'll just never see dance in the same way. It'll mean more to you. It'll literally develop more meaning for you. So that's my goal for you, is to kind of move you past that monkey see, monkey do, right? Oh, because, my teacher said so, then it must be fact. No, not necessarily. Check your sources, Find teachers that resonate with you and ask them questions and notice how they respond. If they respond in a kind of dismissive way, maybe it's because they themselves are not sure of the answer, and that question sort of highlights their maybe insecurity. I don't know. But the point is that, I share this with great privilege, all right? I really hope that you find it beneficial and insightful, and that you use it, that you go forth and use this knowledge that has taken me 30 plus years to develop. Yep, I've literally been closed up in a room for 30 years coming up with this, and I just came out now. Now guys, honestly, thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one because I am in a giving mood. All right, so if value is what you're after, value is what you're gonna get with oliverpineda.dance. See you guys, bye. Boom!